The Dog That Waits. There's a dog on the corner of Maple Street, a scruffy little mutt with dark, playful eyes. Every day it waits outside the same house, tail wagging, tongue hanging out, rolling on the grass. And every day it plays, chasing something, jumping, barking in pure joy. But the thing is, there's nothing there. No ball, no stick, no person. Just the dog, running and leaping at empty air. He passes the dog every day on his morning walk, and every day he tries to get its attention. He whistles, pats his leg, even crouches down, holding out his hand. But the dog never notices, never even glances at him. It's like he doesn't exist. At first he brushes it off. Maybe it's deaf. Maybe it's just too distracted by whatever it's chasing. Still, something about it bothers him. The way it wags its tail at the empty air. The way its eyes follow something invisible. And the way, no matter what he does, it never sees him. Until one day, everything changes. It's a cloudy afternoon. The air is heavy, thick. He turns the corner, expecting the same scene. The dog playing alone, lost in its invisible game. But today, the dog is still. It stands frozen on the sidewalk, ears perked, tail lowered. And it's looking right at him. His breath catches. For the first time, the dog sees him. His heart swells with excitement. Finally, the dog bounds toward him, jumping, spinning, barking with joy. It presses warm paws against his legs, nuzzles into his hands. A laugh escapes him. He kneels down, scratching behind its ears. It licks his face, wagging uncontrollably. After all this time, the dog finally noticed him. And then, someone else rounds the corner. A man, late 20s. He stops a few feet away, watching the dog. Then, slowly, he crouches down and calls to it. Whistles, pats his leg, holds out his hand. The dog doesn't react. Doesn't even glance his way. Just like before. The man frowns, confused, trying again. Trying to be seen. Our guy watches for a moment, then chuckles, standing up. "Don't worry," he says. "It took a while for the dog to notice me, too. But eventually..." The man ignores him. Doesn't look at him. Doesn't react. His stomach twists. "Hey, I'm talking to you." Nothing. Cold creeps up his spine. Something's wrong. Why is this guy ignoring him? His breath stumbles. He steps back. And that's when he sees them. Lingering in the front yard, just beyond the dog. Figures standing in the overgrown grass. Silent. Watching. Their eyes full of realization. Full of dread. The new man, the next one, doesn't see them. Just like he hadn't. Just like he hadn't. His breath shakes. His hands go cold. The dog lets out a happy bark, tail wagging. And as the others stare at him with knowing eyes, he finally understands. He was never walking this street. He was never passing this dog. He was dead all along. And now, he's part of whatever comes next.